So here you go, guys, on YouTube. Here's a video of Dan Healey. Dan doesn't actually play a great deal of golf. He probably played about 6 times last year, admittedly. And he wants to take it a bit more serious this year. He's thinking for business, etc. It's going to make a big difference. And the changes that we've made to his golf swing today are absolutely outrageous. Sorry, I just let you into a little preview there as I was just setting things up. Right, so let me tell you the story. Dan's, like I said, Dan's not been playing golf. He's been playing golf a decent amount of time, but he's never really had many lessons. He doesn't play serious. And he's always had an issue of hitting the ball left to right and super high. So the last couple of sessions we've been working on the height of the shot, and we've improved that dramatically just by changing the grip, etc. But today was all about shaping the golf ball better. So what we see at the moment, Dan's got a fairly decent backswing. The club comes back nice. He gets to the top of the backswing pretty decently. You know, there's nothing majorly wrong there at the moment. From here, this is where we see quite a big over-the-top golf swing. So watch this. As it comes down, obviously the traditional throws it all the way over the top. And you can see there the shaft angle is super steep, really steep. So as he comes into the golf ball, the club is outside of the golf ball at this point. Now, remarkably, Dan doesn't actually hit that many shanked golf shots. He's managed to, good hand-eye coordination, used to be a cricketer. I think he used to play a little bit of cricket, or he used to be a sports person in some description. He's managed to learn to cut across the golf ball incredibly well. I don't know how. You know, there's lots and lots of sideways movement through the golf ball there, and that's why it hits this big left to right shape. So, you can see there the ball is starting relatively straight to the target line. And that's important here. See the ball on the left-hand side starting fairly straight. Now that's telling us that there's a difference between our club path and our face, which creates the curvature. So we can see there quite clearly the swing path is going from out to in quite a lot. But his ball is starting somewhere near straight. So that's telling us our club face must be relatively straight to the target, but severely open to the path. So we've got this big difference. Let's say that swing's going across the ball by my GC2 at the moment. I've not got the HNT attachment, so I can't accurately tell just yet. But I would say that's going across the ball by 7 or 8 degrees. The club face then must be 7 or 8 degrees different than the path. So the club face might be absolutely perfectly square to target, but there's that 8-degree difference, and that's where we have all these areas of inconsistency and very left to right ball flight. So what we went down first is the journey. I'll show you where we got to, by the way, so you can keep your attention. That's where we got to in the downswing. I'm going to show you this in a minute. This is what we did in the downswing. But how we got to that first is we had to make sure that we married the club face up to the path. So remember, the path is going from out to in, from outside of the golf ball all the way to the left by 7 or 8 degrees. So we needed to make the club point in the same direction, the club face point in the same direction, and hit a shot that would go straight to the left. And the way we did that is from the face on view. I'm going to show you that now. So here we are now, face on view. A couple of little tweaks we'd made just on this side was the right hand was quite weak. It would point up towards the left shoulder too much, so we've got that right V, oops, not a clock, right hand V pointing more towards the right shoulder, so a more neutral position. And through the ball, this was Dan's before on the left hand side. Obviously you're remembering now that he's cutting across the golf ball quite severely, and he would manage to hold the club face somewhere near to a more open position than the path. Not particularly open to target, if anything close to target, but much more to the right than path. So what we went down first, once we changed the grip, I got Dan actually getting into this position better, where his right forearm has extended and crossed over his left forearm. So you can see the difference there. We've got Dan here on before on the left where his arms were separated. Here on the right, his forearms have crossed over a lot better. Now what this meant now, that his club face was now more equal to his path. So his path was going 7 degrees to the left. Now his club face was going 7 degrees to the left, and he was hitting ball correctly to the left, but much better golf shots, like really strong golf shots, but just to the left too much. So once that was happening, then that's when we could change the path. So when we're at this side, we can still, obviously this was before, his club was way coming over his head, but because we started to cross the forearms, the ball was going, like I say, straight to the left. So this was now a really easy transition to get Dan to feel like he was trying to swing this golf club much further towards the right. So I've put this alignment stick here down the floor just as a guide down that right hand side. And this is what I told Dan. I said, at the moment the ball's going left, and he agreed because it was severely left, as you could imagine. I said, try and stop it from going to the left by swinging it quite a long way to the right. Feel like you're trying to swing that club more out, trying to make that ball go out to the right, but you've still got to cross your forearms. So it's forearms first, swing off to the right, because that means his face and his path relationship would always stay the same, and that's what's really important. And look, I mean, that difference is just outrageous. And he hit this golf shot that went absolute bullet straight off the face. He hit it from the inside. He made sure his forearm still crossed over. That meant his face was more relative to his path. And just so I don't confuse people, this is not face. You know, I'm not getting him to manipulate the face. I'm not getting him to roll his wrists or roll his hands or anything like that. I'm not. The idea is that he's using his arms better to help him keep the club face much more level to his path. And straight away, Dan was hitting the ball just outrageously better. Lower, further, more consistently, less strain, less effort, and just hitting the ball so good. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing Dan's progress over the next months. He's got a few games of golf lined up, more with work than anything else, and hopefully you're going to see Dan is going to see a massive improvement in this. If you've enjoyed the video, guys, and learnt a lot from it, please do give it a thumbs up. If you want to comment in the comments box down below as well, I'd appreciate that. Give us any feedback that you've got, and also if you subscribe to the channel, that'll give you first views to any of these videos before I've shared it. So guys, thanks so much for watching. My name's been Rick Shiels down here at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester, and that was an awesome improvement here from a massively over the top golf swing to hitting it more from the inside.